Okay, Shalom. Okay, Shalom. Second Esdras 13 and 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all together, and they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Call la Yahweh Bashmi Shah Waha Wachachadash. Double honor to the hopefully like elder apostle slave to be saved. Lord willing stone with those at the great millstone church. On down to the rest under this doctrine, to the brothers, the men here at this congregation, in the order, give the diligence and all true faith and sincerity. Shalom, and to the rest of the elder Akim, the elder Akim teaching also this truth on down to younger Akim, teaching this truth in all true faith and sincerity as well. Shalom to the rest of you believers of the Israelite race and on the faith of Yahweh Shema Shai, you women and children and men. Shalom ultimately to the elect, those that are about to go on to be found to have been under the house of David. And this is just a quick, Lord will, extrapolation, if you will, of these two verses. And then, I'm not trying to be gimmicky, what I'm saying? It's just, that's what came to mind. So I just threw it. I might take it off, it could be a series. It might not be, something that was always a thought of mine. Pretty much that's what we're going to do. We're going to, pretty much break this down, so this could be digested and understood. For what, and so what can be taken out of it and should be taken out of it can be. So we're gonna start with this first verse. This is verse 10. Akim asks, expound on it, and that's what we're gonna do through the spirit power. Yahweh Shema Shah. And ain't it's just to say that to encourage more that may be, seeking clear understanding and not be proud. You know what I'm saying? If you, seeking counsel or got certain questions and concerns, that's why the Lord set up counselors, and men, that's pastors. He's giving us pastors, after his own heart, which shall teach you and feed you with knowledge, going into Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter. So we're going to start in this first verse, the 10th verse, 2 Esdras 13 and 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. And this dealing with Yahweh Bashmi Shah. Yahweh Shah gonna act this out and says, but I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. This is going into the war of heaven. It says, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And since I say that, let's just go here just to prove that really quick, because there is going to be a war in the sky, which is why you see, the Space Force and Russia and the U.S. currently arguing over. Pretty much, Russia's threatening to leave their international. I did a quick, a quick video on it. That they was gonna, they threatening to leave the International Space Station agreement they have, you know, which is set up and to fight with the Lord when He returns, and it's proof that they're going to do that. Hence, there's going to be a war in heaven in the sky, and that's outer space is the international space. Let me just grab it real quick, and we're going to explain what those other things talking about. Let me quick brief. The International Space Station, and it's involving Japan, I believe, Russia, China. Yeah, I got the videos on my channel, so you can you could get more. You want to know about that. You could yeah, the International Space Station. That's just what it's known as, and then you got a bunch of people with it. The European Space Agency, the Japan Aerospace Agency, the Canadian Space Agency, and I believe it was one more. But yeah, you can go look it up. So this is basically, them having a space station set up out of space. These heathens to fight with the Lord once He returns. So that proves that. So once again, I'm setting that up proves that there's gonna be a war in heaven because that's the reason why they're doing it. This is Revelation 13, and I'm gonna start at 8. Salakia, not Revelation 13. Revelation in the 12th chapter. The angel Michael, verse 7. And there was war in heaven. See, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And who's the dragon? The Space Force. They got, is the NATO and the EU, which consists of America. In America, they have a actual Space Force crew, which is known as the SpaceX Dragon, further proving that this is all real. But anyway, it says, and the dragon fought and his angels. So they're going to fight where? In the sky. And prevail not. They're going to lose. These heathens going to lose to Yahweh Shah, Maya Ka'ala, and the angels. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Yeah, the space stations, the things they got set up out there, the James Webb telescope, all these different things. The nest, which is a trap for the Lord. But anyway, it says, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. You go into that word heaven, it means sky, Arnos in the Greek. And that's basically it. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who's called that, the so-called white man. It's talking about the so-called white man. It said, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth because they're going to be flying up in their dog fighters and stuff like that. They're going to get shot down by the Yahweh shot. I might call it the angels, with the power, their power, man, in those chariots. It says, and his angels. Why does it say the devil and the Satan got angels? Because he got messengers, as well, were cast out with him, the so-called white man. So those men that's going to be flying those planes, and they're going to be shot out the sky, and they're going to be cast down back into the earth. They're going to be fighting, in the upper atmosphere. So that's just to prove that. So jumping back here, it's so 2 Esdras 13:10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. So yeah, pretty much this is more detail of that fight, that war that's set to take place. This is a detail of that scene, All right. This is one of the scenes in it, if you will, of that interval in the Lord's movie, right? And that interval being what the time when the Lord returns, and these damn heathens so proud, and they try to go and he cut in the sky crack, and they try to go and subdue him. They did this one. That's when the war of heaven gonna happen. That's the war of heaven interval in this entire movie of the Lord. And this is a particular scene of that interval when the Lord really showing that power, man. That he's gonna come with. And we're gonna explain what this means, because I know brothers know what this means, on the surface level, but you gotta explain it simply first. It says, and they were all mixed together. See that? The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight. See, they were already prepared. When were they prepared? During the times of now, in the instances that I just showed to you through the Spirit. It says, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. And why is it going to be an innumerable multitude? Because it's going to be all the nations, not willing to go down, and they all going to go up there to try to fight the Lord, and it's going to be over with, man. It says, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, from all that metals, and all that that blasting, man, the rays of light. Now, we're going to read this same verse. And the NRSA translation, the New Revised Standard with Apocrypha, New Revised Standard Apocrypha. And this is what the so-called Catholic Church be reading. So we're going to read this in verse 10. So this is 2 Esdras chapter 13, verse 10. But I only saw how he sent forth from his mouth something like a stream of fire, and from his lips a flaming breath, and from his tongue he shot forth a storm of sparks. Now, we're not reading this to read in a modern term. I heard a brother say that. No, this you read other translations to get a better, more well-versed, more rounded understanding. Because we know the ultimate understanding initially is going to come through the KJV, but you can go into the other translations, and then you'll basically be able to see what's out there. It's like with the Elder Apostle Hart. He likes doing that. He likes seeing the commentary, see what people thinking. And with that, what all the perspectives out here, which I should do a lesson on that, but since I'm speaking on it, it helps you get, more of a grasp on what you already understand, how far the understanding could go, what you may be missing, besides just being a easier way to understand, because it's said modernly, that's that too, but not really. That's not why. Speaking for myself, I go into other translations, But anyway, this is for the the serious minded, Make sure we got this thing right. But it says, verse 10. But I saw only how he sent forth from his mouth, and if the music too loud, let me know. It says, forth from his mouth something like a stream of fire, and from his lips a flaming breath, and from his tongue he shot forth a storm of sparks. So it's a little bit different, but it's basically saying the same thing, just to see, sometimes other translations can help you clearly see something. It might cut sharper, But anyway, it says, but only I saw Shalom, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So let's read it one time in this one just to see, just to compare. But I saw only how he sent forth from his mouth something like a stream of fire, and from his lips a flaming breath, and from his tongue he shot forth a storm of sparks. So they can't even disannul that the Yahushua coming back with complete power, Dragon Ball Z Goku type power, if you will, right? But that's just from a surface level, because it's actually going deeper than that, you know. And I'm gonna read this next verse, 11, and they were all mixed together in the KJV. The blast of fire, that's the result of them trying to fight with the Lord. And he put that, he put that power on them. He put that hurt on them. You know, this is once again a detailing of the war of heaven. You know, but it says the flaming breath and the greatest, it's like in the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So let's see if they can say that means something else, right? All these, this is in the NRSA, Salakia, Second Esdras 13 and 11. It says, all these were mingled together, the stream of fire and the flaming breath and a great storm, and fell on the onrushing multitude. See, they're going to rush the Lord. So see, it help a little bit. It says, they was prepared to fight. That was prepared to fight and burned up all of them. So it's going to be fire up there, man. It ain't going to be bullets. It's going to be, fire and damn missiles being shot, with little bombs, you know. It's probably gonna be bullets, but it says, and burned up all of them, so that suddenly nothing was seen of the innumerable multitude, but only dust of the ashes of but only the dust of ashes and the smell of smoke. When I saw it, I was amazed. See that? So he's gonna come back with power, Now, is that what that's really initially saying? Not necessarily, because when you jump down to I'm gonna explain it first, and then I'm gonna jump there, and we'll end on that. All right. So we're gonna read this in the KJV in verse 10. But I only saw that he sent out of his mouth. Now, who's the he? Yahushua. What's the mouth? What's the mouth going into? It says, as it had been a blast of fire. Why is it fire? Right? And why is it a blast? What is the blast synonymous with? Well, let's go here real quick. I just want to pull this up because it just popped in my head. The Spirit. This is Psalms. What's that? 148. I want to say that is. Okay, fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy winds, fulfilling his word. It's not the wind. It's around here somewhere. 149. No, it ain't 149. I believe it's 147. Okay. Yeah, calm. Nope. I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Job. Yeah, the one they held by small shot. Look, pay attention. It's the spirit though. He casts his forth, Psalms 147 and 17. He casts forth his ice like morsels. Who can stand before his cold? He sendeth out his word and melted them. He causes his wind to blow and the waters flow. And we know the waters are synonymous with people, and winds are synonymous with what? Destruction or the spirit, and the word is compared to what? Fire, and we know how people are said to react according to that word, being fire that we bring out. Job 4. All right, check it out. This is Job 4. And, yep, that's it. Job 4 and 7. Remember who I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, a world of the righteous cut off. So this deals with people dying or being destroyed. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity. So this is the reasoning for what's going on in that scene. And the very things that's being placed upon them also. The reasons for the very things, the specific things that's being placed upon that multitude. This is the reasoning. It says, even as I have seen that it plow iniquity and sow wickedness, reap the same. Right? By the blast of the Most High, they perish. There go that blast. See that? It says, verse 10 in the KJV and 2 Esdras 13 and 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. See? To do what? To destroy them, to make them perish. But by the blast of the Most High, they perish. And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. And that goes into what? Really, the knowledge. You know? Which when you go on and jump down in that second Esdras, the 13th chapter, it explains exactly what I'm going into by the Spirit. So we're going to get that word. I just want to get that word blast. Well, really, we should be reading in the Greek. But you don't ultimately you go back. So yeah, that, hold on, I get the right one. Blast. Okay, come on. Got the word right here. Nashama, or Nashama. It says, angry or vital breath, divine inspiration, intellect. See that? They said that by the blast of God, meaning by the knowledge, they perish. You know? Blast, inspiration, soul, spirit. Breath of God as a hot wind, kindling a flame, a destroying wind. Once again, proving wind represents destruction. You know? Yeah, because then you got two breaths. You know, when the Lord breathed into Adam's nostrils, he became a living creature. You know? See? The Spirit of God imparting life and wisdom. It's two breaths. Everybody not alive just because they walking around. So we got both breaths, us in this truth, you know. But pretty much that same breath is what they hit with. That breath goes back to knowledge. You see? Wisdom. Okay. And by that same blast, hence that same knowledge, they fucking destroyed. See that? That's why it's written like that. You know? So yeah, the panting of those who are angry, the anger of God. And what is the Lord angry about? Just, you know, it ain't fairly simple, but I mean, it really is. It's not, it ain't trying to be deep, but I mean, this is why it's written like that. That's all I can say. This is look, check it out. This is folly and wickedness of men. I'm gonna start at 1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. This is Psalms 14 and 1. They have done abominable works. There is none that do it good. See that? So really what's playing out is the manifestation of this word. This word is it declares who's wicked. It's, you know, and that's why Yahweh Shai, that's so powerful, bro, because the Lord said, I just gotta grab these scriptures real quick. The Lord, this is what he said. This is Jeremiah 23 and 29. Check it out. It's not my word like as a fire. So it's kind of like we all over the place, but I'll be able to put it all together since we're basically just getting it all on the table, right? So I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. When you go here, it says, "It's not my word like a fire," says the Lord Yahweh, "and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces." Yeah, and what's the rock? That rock goes back into wicked ass niggas, but it goes to Esau, that mountain, destroying mountain. And who's the word? Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai, the reason why he's coming back with this type of power, because once again, he's the manifestation of how this word operates. See that? He sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. He the word. It's not my word that's like a fire. Well, because you're seeing it on the spirit, we're seeing it on the spiritual level right now. It says, what's that? I think that's Jeremiah 15 and 5. Or is it 14? Salaki. Bear with me. No, it ain't 14. Let me just look for it real quick. Let me get my sword. I need my sword. I gotta get my other sword. Let me see something real quick. But yeah, it's a scripture that tell you. I want to say. Let me see something. It might be 15 and 6. I might be looking over it. Bear with me just a moment, Salaki. Might be 15 and 6. Let's see something real quick. So once again, hey, Yahweh Shai, he gonna come back and literally be the manifestation. This power we see this word has, he gonna come back and actually physically demonstrate those things. It's just like how the word spiritual now, and it's Yahweh Shai. Well, this book gonna get physical, man. This book of so-called black man. This is really the thoughts of a so-called black man. This is a so-called black man, if you will. Then it manifests as Yahweh Shai coming back, and then it says the words operate, they come off like this. So when this same man who embodies all of this, he's the embodiment of, he's going to embody all of it. And that's just why it's written like that, But, Sebastian. Uh-oh. I think I got it. 23 and Salakia. 5. Jeremiah 5 and 14. Salakia. All right, here we go. It says what? Judgment proclaimed. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord God, Yahweh, Bashmiel Shah of hosts, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people would, and it shall devour them. And that's why that's why people don't want to have nothing to do with this word, because it burns them up. It tries you. You know what I'm saying? It make people melt. Literally. It burns away your old undesirable dross-like ways spiritually. So all Yahweh Shai doing is what? He's just being a physical manifestation of how to, of the aspects of the word completely. So, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast. Why is it a blast? Because it's through the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, of fire. Period. Why is he blasting them? Going back here, Psalms 14 and 1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, especially at this point, because Yahweh Shai up there on the right hand now, right? Look down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek the Most High. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good. No, not one. have all the workers of iniquity, which is these damn crackers, these Edomites, and the rest of these people that work with Esau. Have no Haslaki, have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge. See that? That's what that blast go back to. If you keeping up, it says, "Who eat up my people as they eat bread and call not upon the Lord." Now we're gonna go back once again to the word blast. We'll read the scripture one more time. I'm starting at Job 4:7. I remember, I pray thee, whoever perish, being innocent, or word of the righteous cut off. So when everybody go on to perish, it's post this. It's post Psalms 14. The Lord looking down from heaven to see if there were any that understand and did seek him. But they, and then, you either going to be deemed as one that's gone aside or altogether become filthy. That's doing no good, not one. And then him basically seeing you a worker of iniquity. And you have no knowledge. And what does the knowledge go back to? That spirit, hence that blast. Period. Who eat up my people as they eat bread and call not upon the Lord. And that's what they reap. That's what they reaping. But before I say that, gotta keep this concise. So even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. See? Period. I'm trying to think, like the scriptures say in Apocrypha, you don't kill, like how people say in the world, you don't kill, you kill wickedness with kindness and all this other stuff. Well, in the Apocrypha, it say good is set against evil. So if you reaping complete iniquity, that's no knowledge. So it only makes sense for you to get hit with the blast, a blast of knowledge. And that blast is pretty much the Lord acknowledging you have no knowledge, which takes you completely here. And that you can't make this up. This is literally what's written. So it's just a complete manifestation of what this word is trying to tell us. This is why when he come back, it's gonna be so devastating. People supposed to take this word way more serious than what they do now. But see, when it actually manifests on how serious it is, then people gonna see how serious it is. They ain't gonna want nothing to do with it. See? So it says, seeing, I'm gonna start at verse 7, 2 Thessalonians 1:7. Until you who are troubled rest with us when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. You see, they're going back to the seat of war in heaven. Because before they ain't just, so Esau think, these crackers think, these heathens think, they're not just gonna let Yahushua return. They already know he returned. That's why they preparing. That's why I say they were prepared to fight. They preparing now. They know he coming back. Why the hell you think? Why they gotta tell her if all the crooks and Jeffrey Dahmers and niggas running stoplights is down here? What the fuck you need? Who you watching out of space with a telescope? The space force, like the police force. Who running red lights up there? Who you policing up there? What black man up there? Because we know them the only people who get hunted down. According to the scriptures, they hunt our steps that we cannot go into our streets. They trying to hunt the Lord, a so-called black man. He on the most wanted list, man. The Lord, they got warrants on your house shot. That's his lesson. But anyway, it says, when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, his crew, right, in flame and fire, taking vengeance on them that know not. See, that go into knowledge, that know not the Most High, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. So this is a complete link to what we read now. And then it said he's gonna come when he shall come to be glorified in his saints, us that's in his truth, and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony was believe you in that day. So we straight, man. But point being, he's coming to kill everybody that don't know Yahweh Shema Shah. So if you reaping complete wickedness, which is a testament to your no lack of knowledge. That's to your lack of knowledge. It only makes sense for you to be hit with the same, taken out by that. You know, you can't correct somebody like that's what rebuke is. Really, this is what, when you go on to read the rest of this down, this is why he's doing this. This is symbolism for his rebuke. This is symbolism for the word being completely against them. It's not for them. That's really what it's going into. So it says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, they perish, because it's going to be through him. See that? And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. See? And that blast, once again, go back to what? Not nashama or nashama, a spirit. It says intellect, angries, you know, and it goes into what? It goes into life and wisdom, knowledge. So he's able, this once again, as I said, this is post. What we reading here is post, is the order of this that comes post Psalms 14 and 1. All right. And that's all it was going into. So yeah, it's not my word as a fire that break the rock in pieces. That's all it is. All that the 10 and 11 is a complete play out of how this thing working out. You know, they literally get hit with fire now. They melt with fire now. They being rebuked now. They being taken out by knowledge. The evil is being taken out by good now. You can't take evil out with evil. You know? Now you got necessary evil. That's like righteousness, right? But yeah, so, and we playing this out right now. Wherefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmal Shah of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood. See, so they're wood in that situation, and it shall devour them. Okay, so when you read this now, you should understand. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, right? And his mouth, the mouth was synonymous with who? Prophets, as it had been a blast of fire, you know, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue, you see. So there it is, a blast. So they're gonna get hit with knowledge, man. They're gonna be informed that they rebuked, that they've been going the hell off. And it's gonna devour them, man. Yahweh Shai is gonna come like how the word doing it now, but he gonna actually manifest. It's gonna manifest on them. A so-called black man gonna come and literally hit their ass with fire. You know, and out of his lips a flaming breath. And then the flames, lips. Now, why does it say lips? Well, let's see, I'm back. Okay, we got that. Make sure I got everything. So yeah, calm. Make sure I got everything we want to get. See, so Psalms 147 and 18, he sendeth out his word and melted them. He caused his wind to blow and the waters flow. He sheweth his word unto Jacob. See, all that is just a play out. This is just a manifestation of what the Lord coming to do. You know, period. They gonna get melted, then he gonna shew us the word. He gonna come to that peaceable multitude, or though he gonna come to be glorified in his saints. It's the same thing. You know, he have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, and you'll get judged not knowing the judgments of the Lord. And then that's what make you wicked, because it say evil man understand not judgment. You know, but what was I gonna get? Oh yeah, con. So let's go back here. Got something real quick. Psalms. Psalms 2. Why does it say lips? When you go to Psalms 2, kiss the Son, right? Lest he be angry and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled, but a little blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Now, is that actual kiss? But where do kisses come from? They come from lips. You know? Let's take me to Song of Solomon, first chapter. I'm going to start at 2. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. See? Because it went from mouth to kisses. It's like it mouth to lips. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath. So the mouth is synonymous with what? It's synonymous with, the prophets. This word coming out. Matter of fact. Yeah, I mean, we read it in Jeremiah. He said, my words gonna be in your mouth. Let me grab it. That's one. I ain't gotta get another one. I can though. I will make my words in thy mouth fire. And then you go to Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before Slakia. 1 and 9. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. So that's what it's synonymous with. And what was Jeremiah? Jeremiah was a prophet. You see? Verse 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Verse 9, and the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord Yahweh said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. So the mouth is synonymous with prophets, which is synonymous with the word, vice versa. So you go back here, Song of Solomon. Okay, can't we do that like that? So when you go back here to Song of Solomon 1 and 2, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Is that actually talking about kisses and kisses in mouth? No. Because we know now the mouth is going into what? The prophets, which hold the word, which Yahushua is. Yahushua is synonymous with being a prophet. You got scriptures that go into that. I'll grab one real quick. This is Matthew 21. Really quick. Matthew 21 and 46. I want to say it is. Yep. And see red letters, right? This is going into Yahushua. But anyway, it says, I'm gonna start at 45. And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parables, Yahushua, they perceived that he spake of them. But when they sought to lay hands on him, they feared the multitude because they took him for a prophet. See, so Yahushua is a prophet, And I'll jump up to verse 11. Should be a good one. Yeah. This is verse 11. And the multitude said, this is Yahushua, the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee. And then you got the other one in John 4, where she told him when he was telling the woman at the well basically everything she ever did her whole life. She's like, sir, I perceive thou art a prophet. He's talking about he greater than Jacob. Yeah, 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. See? So Yahushua, that's why the mouth mentioned. Because the mouth, now is it talking about kisses and mouths? No. You know, more so is him being a prophet, him having a word. He the top prophet, and he actually is the word. So he's manifesting that. And then that word is fire. It's gonna come out of his lips, which is synonymous with what? The kisses, which come from what? The mouth, a flaming breath. And the reason why, basically, because it say, kiss the son lest he be angry. This is the result of that. Instead of him kissing you with his lips, a flaming breath can hit you. That's why I say kiss the son lest he be angry. Now, does that literally mean kiss him? No, that means do what he say. That means love him. Because when you go into that word, kiss, it's synonymous with what? Affection. Really, and it said, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. You go into the word kisses. Nashaya kwa. Yeah. It represents faithfulness. Proverbs 27:6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. You know, I'm with you. You know, we together. Like when Judas kissed Yahushua, you know, he's like, friend. You know, Yahushua hit him with the friend. So it represents affection. This ain't the word I'm looking for, but that's what it's going into. I ain't gonna spend all day. I'll do a breakdown, Lord will, on this. But yeah, that's basically what that's going into. So if you love thy neighbor as thyself, right? That's what it's going into. Friends love each other, brotherly love. Those are the main commandments. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and love thy neighbor as thyself. So kiss. See? It's all it's going into. Now, what does that mean? Does that literally mean kiss him? I mean, you could, because that's how I used to go. It's like in mob movies. You see, you know, chosen men get kissed by the mob. Brothers be kissing, brother might, look, like on Frank, what's that movie? American Gangster. When his brother was in the room too loud, and he was like, nigga, he's like, what you trying to bring attention to yourself? Then he was like, no, I was talking, nah, that's a nice suit or something he said. Then he was like, I was just talking to Nicky Barnes. He's like, you talking to Nick? What you talking to Nicky about? He's like, y'all was just, he's like, you talking about you? He's like, oh, you talking to him about me? And then he was like, basically, he's like, man, he was like, something is a nice suit. He's like, boy, he was like, kissed him. He's like, boy, you know you are my brother, I'll kill you. He said, I'll blow your motherfucking brains out. So it ain't some homo shit, You see it all the time. So this was used to go on in the ancient world, to see Jake so far removed from this due to the curses. Thy brother that's tender among you, So when you think of a kiss, that's what it's going into. It's going into faithfulness, affection, closeness, love. Now, what did the Lord say? Friends, brotherly, keeping the commandments ultimately. It says what? This is St. John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. So that's what it means when it says that in Psalms 2:12. Kiss the son lest he be angry, meaning keep his commandments. Be faithful unto him, man. Love him. And loving is what? If ye love me, 14:15, St. John, keep my commandments. That's all it means. Lest he be angry and ye perish from the way. This is why they got hit with that blast, because that blast go back into anger. Through what? Him looking down, Psalms 14:1, with Yahweh, And I'm seeing you ain't seeking the Most High. You a worker of iniquity, going into these heathens, these crackers initially, with the rest of the nations. You have no knowledge. So now you get hit with the blast of fire that come out of the mouth, right? And instead of a kiss, which is you receiving the word that way, you didn't want to get hit with the blast, because really the Lord blasted us all. We got blasted spiritually, and that he was imparting knowledge unto you. Like when a nigga gets shot, you like, stop playing with me. You blast him. You let him know what you think. He get the person shooting that dude is letting them know what they think. Like, bro, stop playing. You keep playing with me, I'm gonna blast your ass. Well, the Lord gonna blast. He gonna send your house out. He gonna blast this damn devil, and it's letting him know. It's an expression of how he feels, what he thinks, the knowledge. So that's basically it, man. Once again, finishing that off, Psalms 2:12, it says, "And ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled, but a little." And when is that when? Now. When he comes here. That's when you gonna know. Blessed are all they put their trust in him. Faithfulness. See, kiss the Son. They ain't kissed the Son. If Yahushua kisses you, or you kiss it, you close, you tight. Like Frank did his brother. That was his brother. That was his actual bloodline relative, man. He's like, boy, if you want my brother, I'll blow your fucking brains out. And that's the spirit of Yahushua gonna come in, man. But we talking about it now. This is the manifestation of what we talking about. That's what we reading right here. You see? So and out of his lips, which could either be, it's all the same, the flaming breath. It says, and out of his, and so that's his rejection of you. It says, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Let me see how long I've been going. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Okay. It says, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. What's the tongue going to? The tongue go in the language. Really the spirit. And tempest. Damn, I was just reading that. Damn. We're gonna finish it off in this chapter, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. It says, and they were all mixed together. So that's the result of that, man. The blast. Whoo! They were all. You see that? You catch that? They were all. That take you back to what? That takes you here. Because Yahushua he's up there watching that folly and wickedness, like when he was down here at Solomon doing that. They think the Most High don't exist. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. It's already written. The Lord looking down, watching the children of men to see if there were any that did understand. So how you think Yahushua will be able to come back to destroy them that know not God if he wasn't there watching? He's there. He's right there now, playing this out to see if there were any that understand. He see Esau and seek the Most High. They are all gone aside. They are all together. See that? They are all together become filthy. There is not one that do it good, not one. See that? See? 2nd Esdras 13:11. And they were all mixed together. Like how Yahushua said, it say that Yahushua, everyone that is joined unto them shall be thrust through, man. Though hand join the hand, and wicked shall not go unpunished. It's all talking about Yahushua, man. The blast, he gonna fulfill everything in its totality at its highest point. We gonna understand all the scriptures when he here. Like literally, he gonna explain them and he gonna play them out. How he move, the way he conduct himself, gonna literally show you what love means. How, kiss. You like, oh damn, he kiss brothers, man. Oh, he fake. You gonna see it, man. We read about the smells and stuff in the scriptures. He gonna come back smelling like he's the epitome of the whole book, man. Loud, say he loud. If we lift up our voice like a trumpet, Yahweh Shaka, so that's really all this is going into is like the epitome of a certain part or aspects of this word of the scripture. So and they were all together, mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude. Yeah, which was prepared to fight and burnt them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So Yahweh Shah gonna literally come and he gonna do that, man. Now this could go into the chariots too, but he gonna come and actually do this. So I ain't gonna try to be deep, I shouldn't even say that. But anyway, this is Isaiah 66 and 15. Look, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, you see, and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger, which is why that say blast. Nigga blow you back, you pissed, It says you get blasted. It says to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So that's why that says that right here. And out of his lips a flaming breath. Flames come from fire. That means he's rebuking them. You've been served. You're rejected. I'm not with you. We don't love everybody. So this is how can he be saving everybody? It's a cut. This is a deep cut, For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. Because everybody together, see, they that sanctify themselves together and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree. In the midst, eating swine's flesh, going into the garden. And the abomination in the mouth shall be consumed together. Why is this mentioned again? Because the same person. Why is this mentioned in his return? Because Adam's returning, which he is, and then that old serpent called the devil and Satan is the one he got to finally get and take out for destroying him and the woman and really the earth and being the goddamn deceiver, man. Not having the knowledge, the tree of good and evil, and you know what I'm saying? Like the nigga, it's all there. But it says, and the mouth shall be consumed together. And over time, it will have played out to this nigga would have took that same deceitfulness that he got Eve with across he would have went global with it. He went global with it. And that's what you see now. So now everybody literally really playing the garden all over again, man. Behind that one tree. Goddamn, and the tree goes back into a certain lineage, like a family tree. Dealing with what? Dealing with the son of perdition. That's the tree he coming to fucking destroy, man. That's why you always think the Lord is talking about rooting them out. Because that's that tree he gotta get rid of. Ezekiel the 31st chapter going to that. Those trees is going into people. So there it is. Look, for I know their works, and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. That's powerful. So he gonna this shit real. This stuff it's gonna really happen. It ain't it's symbolic for stuff, but no, he gonna really do these things. I got one more and I'm gonna finish out in second Esdras. This is Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited with the Lord of hosts, Yahweh shall have hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great. That's what I was thinking of, and great noise with storm and tempest. This is what I was talking about, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. When Yahweh shall ultimately come back. The epitome of this is when he comes back. Hence, once again, but only I saw he cast, 2 Esdras 13 and 10, but only I saw that he sent forth out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue, you see, he cast out sparks and tempest. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. You can read the rest going into that. Basically, the point. I'm Lord willing, I'll get it though real quick. 29 and 6, Salaki. 4. Yeah. It say what? Man, look. It says, moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of thy terrible ones, Esau shall be as chaff that passeth away. It shall be at an instant suddenly. So they was all seeing Yahweh coming back. Moreover, you see, Slaki, thou shalt be visited of the Yahweh Shah of hosts with thunder and with earthquake. And we know that's talking about Yahweh because the morning of the Passover, it was an earthquake that happened, and I did a lesson on how earthquakes is literally synonymous with Yahweh and the angels. That's what they're synonymous with Yahweh and the angels. Because when Yahweh gave up the ghost, went back to the spirit world, the earthquake happened, and when the angel came down and moved the tomb, the stone, an earthquake happened. And then you got, brothers that go into it pretty much, Esau pretty much digging into the earth so much to where he's the earth is reacting. The earth is reacting. Is he fucking destroying the earth? The tectonic plate shifting, but ultimately, spiritually, that's synonymous with Yahweh Bashmial Shah, man, and the angels through that power they got, man. It says in great storm and great noise with storm and tempest, you see, and the flame of devouring fire. Yahweh Shah is come destroy the Gentiles is on his way. He gonna come devour mugs, man. He ain't that damn Judite you gotta rouse up that went from the prey. He remember who he is, man. He gonna come eat these people, bro. Yeah, whirlwind. And that's done. Ooh, yeah. Them chariots. That's why I, say that by the spirit, because whirlwind is synonymous with the chariots. They gonna be a whirlwind on your ass. You damn devils. So the government listening, man. So he cast out sparks and tempest. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. So that's like him really sending forth, because that's a language, which is heavy because he's gonna be speaking Hebrew, and he gonna command the other angels that speak Hebrew, and they're gonna start blasting shit, man. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Yo, get them, get this, hit that. That's why he said, I am come to send fire on the earth. You go to Psalms of 68 chapter, tell you how the Lord, chariots of the Lord are 20,000, and the Lord is among them. Who you think directing them? So knowing the tempest going to chariots, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and chariots, whirlwinds. And it tell you in Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter, how in the end, I'll get one more, and I'm gonna, jump down. That'll be it. So Lord willing, it's been to do something with, make sense. But it's good. It do. It ain't nothing you gonna. I could become a better. It should make you want to stop bull driving. If anything, get right. But it's just talking about the power of the Lord really coming with, man. And the chariots and Salakia. So yeah, check it out. This is Psalms Salakia, Jeremiah 23, and I'm gonna start at 18. It says, I'm gonna start at 17. They say unto them that despise me, the Lord Yahweh have said, ye shall have peace. Now I'm gonna jump to the point. Verse 18 says, for who have stood in the counsel of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah and have perceived his and heard his word, who had marked his word and heard it. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shah is gone forth in fury. What is that talking about? Even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. So it says, and the anger of the Lord Yahweh shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. And in the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly. And that's pretty much what Esdras was going through. But see, when you read it in the NRSA translation, it say that he was amazed. But in the KJV, when he woke up, it say he was afraid. So it's going to be heroic and horrific. You know, you're gonna be in awe and wow, going it back here. You know, we gonna be admiring the work he gonna do, but it's gonna be scary because the Lord gonna, hey, man, you know, like how we read now is powerful. It's like, dang, you get shook. You see little slight subtleness is a power the Lord showed do little wonders he do in the, not little, but wonders he do in the really compared to what he gonna do, they little, you know, in the sky. You get shook off of that. So imagine when he really comes, man. Yahweh Bashmi outside really return, bro. It's not written for no reason. And everything else happening, dudes waking up to the chip. This shit gonna happen, man. So that's basically that. So once again, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Tempest goes into what? Whirlwind. Whirlwinds, man. Whirlwinds. He gonna come with fire, Isaiah 66 and 15, with his chariots like a whirlwind. The chariots gonna be like a whirlwind moving so fast. They destroying everything in their path. That power, they swift. They like whirlwinds. To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So Lord ain't talking no more. He you know, him talking to you right now, you're supposed to feel the fire. Like, damn, Lord, he ain't fucking with how I'm living. You know, you feel the heat and the word come out. So it's either you know, you either kiss the Lord now, or he gonna use his lips to, you know, get rid of your ass, man. He ain't gonna show you no affection, really. And his tongue, which is language, he gonna direct the angels and them to destroy. This is what this is going into, though. It's going into the these damn heathens, man, to destroy them, and that's basically it, man. All right. So you jump down. We'll go ahead and close out. I'll tell you right here. It says, because Esdras asks, he wanted to know the interpretation, you know, of what this was talking about. 21. The interpretation of the vision shall I shew thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. I will tell you the interpretation of the vision. This is in the NRSA. And I will also explain to you the things that you have mentioned. So he's going to explain it, right? Let's see what he says. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty. Yeah, because we're going to be tested. Know this, therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. Yeah, if you endure it, because you're going to really be able to see something wonderful, man. And it's a chance the Lord going to come deliver you. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. Let's read that in the next one. As for what you said, verse 22, about those who survive and concerning those who do not survive, this is the interpretation. The one who brings the peril at that time will protect those who fall into peril. Who is that talking about? The one who brings the peril at that time will protect those who fall into peril. What's peril? Dangerous things. Who brings dangerous things? Destruction. The Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shah, who have works toward and faith toward the Almighty, which is ultimately Yahweh Shah, because he holds the keys of life and death, man. The keys of hell, man. It says, understand, Slaki. Yeah, understand, therefore, that those who are left are more blessed than those who have died. This is the interpretation of the vision as for your seeing a man come up from the heart of the sea. This is he whom the Most High has been keeping for many ages, who will himself deliver his creation. See, and he will, that's Yahweh Shah, and he will direct those who are left, and that's the elect, you know. What verse is that? 26. All right, so we're just going to read through. So the same is he whom God the highest hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature. See, and he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. All right. I'm gonna just read through it. I might, pick it up in the other one. I might not. I don't know. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth." That's why Yahweh Shah is coming, because his name means deliverer. He deliverer. He salvation. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Yeah, Yahweh Shah, because he a so-called black man. He big. It's gonna be completely a nightmare for these people, man. Our essence is coming back, and that scares Jake. Because Jake been, you forced to believe a lie. You fell a lot and fell in love with a beautiful lie. When somebody show you, it's like when you thought you looked good to somebody give you a mirror. You ain't checked yourself in, I don't know how long. You want what this? You ain't want to see that, man. It's like a damn nightmare. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. At the time, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I shewed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. So you can literally tell that this word is from the Heavenly Father himself, because he said, my son, the angel speaking to direct us, as he told him. It says, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fire. But it says, I'm going to jump to the point. This is verse 37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations. See, that fucking telescope, that nest, the International Space Station, them dog fighters, all of that, man. He gonna rebuke them. Which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts. Their evil thoughts. That's why he said, your own sin shall be your own accusers in that day. And the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. Well, he didn't say that. That was in Esdras. It says, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor, by the law which is like unto fire. See? So it's a manifestation of the book. That's all it is. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, unto me every tongue shall bow and confess. Everybody's gonna have to deal with this book, man. Period. Niggas' own sins and words gonna be getting them judged, and they're gonna turn to fire, and you didn't want to deal with it the spiritual way. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll read these last two verses and I'll close out in the other translation so you can see. 35. It says 37. It says, then he, my son, will reprove the assembled nations for their ungodliness. This was symbolized by the storm, and will reproach them to their face with their evil thoughts and the torments with which they are to be tortured, which were symbolized by the flames, and will destroy them without effort by means of the law, which was symbolized by the fire. Yeah, or the word. And it's all the same thing, But yeah, that's basically it, man. Yep. So yeah, that's basically it, man. So Lord, when it's been edifying, it's just a manifestation of everything that's taking place now, the physical form, man. Period. You know. Yep. So call Halam La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Waha Waha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.